My name is Gavin from DeFi Education Fund, and today I will be conducting a DeFi transaction demo. Before we begin the demo, let's start by explaining some key terms. A blockchain is a decentralized network of computers that records and verifies transactions in a transparent and tamper-proof manner. A wallet is software that securely stores the private keys that grant access to assets held on the blockchain. This is how users safely hold and manage their crypto assets. Today, we will be using MetaMask Wallet. A smart contract is self-executing digital code that automatically carries out transactions when predefined conditions are met. Smart contracts are the core innovation behind DeFi, enabling transactions to occur without intermediaries or middlemen. A decentralized exchange, or DEX, is software that allows users to trade crypto or digital assets directly with one another, without relying on a central intermediary or third party. Today, we will be using Uniswap. All of these technologies, DEXs, wallets, blockchains, and smart contracts, work together to make DeFi possible. In order to conduct a DeFi transaction, I need to navigate to my internet browser. After opening up my browser, which in this case is Google, I type Uniswap into the search bar. Uniswap is the largest decentralized exchange in the world and is developed here in the US. A decentralized exchange is software that allows users to trade crypto or digital assets directly with one another without relying on a central intermediary or third party. This is a normal website, just like any other web app. Anyone can access the website via a search engine like Google. The difference between Uniswap's website and a traditional website is that Uniswap's website connects a person directly to blockchain networks instead of a private database owned by a company. In other words, the information a person types into this website is not shared with or collected by any third party. This web app is commonly called a front end in crypto world, a user interface that communicates your actions, like swapping tokens, to a backend, which in this case is the Ethereum blockchain. To make a swap, I first need to connect my wallet. A crypto wallet is software that you can download on your computer to control your assets on the blockchain. Uniswap's front end supports most major Ethereum wallets, like MetaMask, Coinbase Wallet, Binance Wallet, and many others. In this case, we will be using MetaMask Wallet. We will need to authorize a connection between Uniswap's front end and our crypto wallet. When I clicked the MetaMask option, I sent an authorization request from Uniswap's front end to my MetaMask, and now my wallet is connected. Your wallet holds your password to access your assets on the blockchain. Your private key is the password to your wallet. Your public key acts similar to an email address, in that you can share it with others so they can send you assets directly on the blockchain. Here is my public key. When you connect your wallet, the web app can read your public address and display your balances of your tokens, as you can see here, but it never accesses your private key or your password. This means the app and the developer of the app never controls the assets in your wallet. This is commonly referred to as self-custody. Crypto wallets are self-custodial. You control your private key, not Uniswap or any third party. Only you can approve transactions from your wallet. To start trading, my crypto wallet needs funds. In order to fund the wallet using US dollars, you must use a regulated on-ramp to buy crypto with traditional money. These on-ramps are regulated and KYC compliant. To fund the wallet, I open up my wallet application, click buy, and it opens up a tab to on-ramp. Here I can choose my asset to on-ramp, which in this case is going to be USDC, a digital representation of the dollar on chain, the amount, and then I can choose what on-ramp to use. After connecting my wallet, I'm going to be choosing Coinbase. These on-ramps, including MoonPay, Coinbase Pay, Blockchain.com, Robinhood Crypto, Ramp, are all regulated and KYC compliant, meaning they are registered with FinCEN in the US and with every state that requires registration as a money transmitter. I'm going to be selecting Coinbase. Coinbase acts as a bridge between my bank account and my self-custody wallet. In this demo, I'm going to be taking $100 of stablecoins from my Coinbase account and using it to move it into my self-custody wallet. In order to do this, I need to transfer money from my bank account to Coinbase, buy USDC on Coinbase, and then send it to my self-custody wallet. In order to achieve that transaction, I have to provide the necessary information to Coinbase and comply with Know Your Customer rules. After clicking Confirm, I have to verify my identity with two-factor authentication. And now that my identity has been confirmed, the 100 USDC has been sent to my crypto wallet. Now that my wallet is funded, I can return to the Uniswap web app and swap my tokens. Opening up my wallet on the web app, I can see that I just received 100 USDC from Coinbase in the activity section. I am now ready to swap tokens. I can choose a token pair. In this case, I will be choosing USDC and swapping it for Bitcoin on the Base blockchain network. USDC is a Genius Act regulated payment stablecoin. I choose the amount, which in this case is going to be 100 USDC and the equivalent value in Bitcoin. After reviewing the transaction quote, I can confirm it in my wallet. I am now authorizing the transaction by signing it with my private key on the blockchain. And my transaction was just submitted. This swap is done completely peer-to-peer and done using immutable code. The smart contract executes my transaction. No intermediary, no bank, and no middleman. At no point am I seeking or obtaining permission from Uniswap Labs, who created this website, to do this swap. DeFi software allows me to communicate my transaction more easily. I am communicating my desired swap to the backend using this user interface. In seconds, my new token balance has now appeared in my wallet, as you can see here, confirmed and settled concretely on the blockchain. What you see here on Uniswap's website, the charts, balances, and buttons, is just an interface, which is fancy language for a website. The back end of the website is the blockchain itself, a transparent, distributed network of computers running the same code and validating transactions. When you click the swap button, the website sends your instruction to the smart contract on the blockchain, which executes it automatically. And the transaction data is stored and recorded on the blockchain network. After the transaction settles, you can view it by opening up the transaction hash. As you can see here, when I go to the activity section, click the swap transaction, and then click the transaction hash, I am brought to a block explorer. Every on-chain action creates a unique transaction hash, like a public receipt. Anyone, anywhere in the world can see this transaction in real time using a block explorer like this website. This transparency is one of the key features of blockchain technology. Everything is public and verifiable. Anyone with an internet connection can view public data like transaction records on the blockchain database, which provides unprecedented transparency to the on-chain financial system. Here you can see the transaction hash, the wallet address, the block, as well as the smart contract and protocol interacted with. This transparency represents a paradigm shift in the financial world, in that it provides public transparency to blockchain-based transactions. So, just to recap, what makes DeFi different and what makes it better than traditional finance? Today, I used a normal website, but all actions occurred on a public blockchain. No central authority ever took custody or had control of my funds. This means that at every step of this DeFi transaction, the user retains total control and custody over their assets. And DeFi software merely communicates user actions with the blockchain network. Anyone can see and verify your transaction, and anyone with a computer and an internet connection can access these tools. DeFi is the future of on-chain finance. It is the technology of the future, and this software innovation makes transactions more cheap, efficient, and secure. If you have any questions, come get in touch with DeFi Education Fund.